Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today I'm gonna talk about my monthly favorites for the month of February. I don't have that much to talk about as per usual because I generally just don't have a life. So that is really the reason why it's great. I read 34 books in February. Some of them were quite short, but still it's quite big amount of books. I reread my absolutely favorite series since I was a kid and fell in love with books. But I don't want to count that in my favorites since like I read that series, at least the first book, like 20 times. I even reread Game of Thrones, which is one of my favorite books ever as well. If I'm not including those rereads and I'm gonna choose a favorite book, it would be The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. This massive beast here was amazing. By the way, I got this signed and personalized copy right here from my friend Michael, and I love it so much. The hardcover is so beautiful. I posted a full-length review of this book on my channel, which is up, so you can watch that if you want like super in-depth thoughts. As I said, out of all the books I read, this would be my new favorite. It's definitely a book I would so recommend. It follows a lot of different storylines, but basically we're in this queendom where they're following this religion that as long as that bloodline that are now on the throne is on the throne, the nameless one will not return. Queen Sabran, that is now on the throne, is having a lot of pressure getting an heir because, you know, if she dies and she doesn't have an heir, the nameless one will return according to their beliefs. So he basically follows Eid, which I still don't know how to pronounce. He's protecting the queen with magic, which is also illegal in this country. That is the plot. In the west, and in the east we are following Tana. Has been training all her life to become a dragon rider, and there is dragons over there. But from the point of view from the west, the dragons are seen as creatures from the nameless one, but in the east they sort of worship them. There's this massive amazing world in this. The world was my absolutely favorite part, and then there was the characters. The thing I liked the least about this was perhaps the plot, which felt a bit flat to me because it was a bit predictable for me, but that doesn't mean I nonetheless enjoyed this a lot, and there were still parts of it that made me gasp. It was just like the final of the story made me a bit like, that's it? After all that, that's it? But it's okay. I would still recommend it so much because it has so many amazing parts of it. So if you've been hesitant to pick this up, for example, because of the size, don't be. It's like a totally worth ride of the story. The cover is also like stunning. Recommend this a lot, and go and pick it up now because it's out, obviously, because I'm holding this nice hardcover copy. Yay! It's like, if you like fantasy, I just recommend this in general, but it's not YA, so if you're used to YA and going into this, it can feel a bit intimidating. If you're looking to get into more adult fantasy, this is a book I would recommend you going into because it's not like way too heavy if you're used to adult fantasy. That was a great way of speaking. So I was looking at the stuff that I watched in February. I did watch some different stuff, but my absolutely favorite would definitely be The Rising of the Shield Hero. This is an anime that is still airing and you can like watch it on Crunchyroll, for example. It follows Naofumi Iwatani, who is being teleported into a fantasy world. In this other world, he is one of the 4 heroes that's like gonna save it. They are like the legendary heroes and they all have their different kinds of weapons. He has a shield, it's named The Rising of the Shield Hero. Another one has a spear, one has a bow and arrow, and one has a sword. He's really excited to be in this great new magical world, but he will soon learn that it sort of sucks as well. People don't treat him well because he has a shield. It's just generally looked down upon because of that. Because like the past shield hero was like an asshole or something. I'm not quite sure. They are just really discriminating against him. Your heart is just ouch. It starts off really like typical, you know, this kind of storyline kind of way, but then it just surprises you in a way that this character has to build himself up on his own while all the others are much more privileged in another way. So I like that twist to it a lot, and it just really is a really heartwarming show, but it really makes you pissed because the world is so annoying. Like the people there are just, oh my god, they're so stupid. It's just traveling into another world anime, and I'm enjoying it a lot so far. I love like all the small cute moments in this, but also the fighting is really cool. I love seeing the shield hero, as I said, building himself up and working himself and earning people's trusts instead of just being expected to be loved, because that's how some of the other characters are acting. I just love him in general, and I'm enjoying it a lot so far. I'm looking forward to watch the rest of the anime. It was originally a light novel series. I think it's like 1 billion of those, so I don't know how long it is, but I am enjoying it, as I said, a lot. I really generally like traveling into other worlds. Animes like Konosuba, for example, which I talked about before, is one of my absolutely favorites. While Konosuba is like super funny and just makes fun of everything and makes it totally hilarious, this one is much more serious, has a lot of serious themes in it. The main character is like, he's super serious, but really inside he is a mushy marshmallow, I swear. And I love the characters. I don't want to speak too much about everyone because it's sort of like spoilery, and I want everyone to watch it to experience it for themselves. I really recommend this a lot, and it's definitely like anime that I can see a lot of people enjoying. So yeah, I don't know what more to say. My brain just always dies when I film, so that explains a lot. We are in March now as I'm filming this, and the 20th of March I am going to Japan. So in theory, my next favorite will be me filming in April when I have arrived in Japan. If everything goes according to plan, yay! The month of Japan is now. I am really nervous. I am scared. I am not prepared at all, but I am. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I have filmed a bunch of videos lately, but I haven't edited any of them. So I'm hoping that more videos will be up soon, and I hope you enjoyed. Go and read Priory, go and watch The Rising of the Shield Hero. Goodbye.